Okay.
So, Laura, just to fill everyone in, we're just chatting about your experience doing another test drive, and we both
Yes.
thought this would be good to record because it started to get good. So, you were telling me you did the Ford Chevy comparison,
Right.
and you like one better than the other,
I
clearly.
like the Ford better.
And you didn't expect that.
I didn't,
Yeah. I
but
mean, literally, we've just been talking for a few minutes about this, and it's fascinating to me, the difference, the
so
way.
I went into it with a bias because growing up, my family always favored Chevys over Fords. So, of course, I just absorbed that from them without doing any of my own research. The only thing was renting cars. Every time I got a Ford, I was just like, like it just, I wasn't impressed with it. But I'm also a Honda person, and it's hard to compare Hondas and Fords. They're just, to
Yeah.
me, very different cars experiences. But when it comes to RVs, it's like they're in a class of their own. You can't be comparing how the cars are versus an RV. It's not even close. I think you gotta have to think trucks. Like
Yeah,
what
trucks, vans,
trucks?
big things.
Yes.
So you have compared, you and I have talked about this in different ways off camera, and you've narrowed it down. You're looking at Class Bs and Class Cs.
Right.
And so what you're talking about are the Class C test drives you've done.
Yeah.
One was a Ford, one was a Chevy.
Right.
And what are the differences you noticed between the two?
I'm starting to feel like Chevys are built more for taller people, and I'm going to say men, but that may be gender biased or something
But like
politically incorrect to
ergonomically,
say, but
it just didn't feel right in terms
it
of
just
like
no,
the
I
positioning of the wheel and the.
yeah, I feel like I have to like sit up so far that like then the wheel is right in front of me. Where the Ford, I could kind of like I could do that thing,
Yeah.
like I could chill a little bit.
Right, right, right.
And the guy even said to me, he's like, "Do you want to pull that seat up more?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "I'm good." So
And then you were telling me before we hit record, this is why we hit record. You were saying you were done the test drive and you were asking him, "Can I keep driving this?"
yeah, because I didn't feel like I was driving it enough.
Like it
I
was
don't know.
easy.
I haven't done that many. Now I've done 3 test drives.
Okay.
And where this dealership is, it's on a 4-lane highway of sorts, I guess. So you turn out of the lot and you go down this highway for a little bit, then you turn around and you come back. So what is it? That's one flat road. It's not you don't really get an accurate driving experience.
But based
So
on that, you felt like enough of a difference that you did not feel like worn out by driving the Ford,
nah.
and like you could have kept driving, which is a good sign if you're
Yeah,
going
I
to be.
wanted to keep driving because I was comfortable enough in this. I mean, of course I was a little tense,
Mhm.
but then I would catch myself and be like, relax, just relax. It's okay, breathe, you're fine. It's a vehicle, you're doing fine. And the guy kept saying to me, you're doing fine, you're doing good. I'm like, okay, thank you. The hardest part is the turns because you got to take them much wider than you're used to.
Yep.
And slowing down, you got to start braking a lot sooner.
Yeah, yeah.
You're driving this whatever ton truck, so
Now, did you park this one like you parked the other
yeah,
one?
of course.
And how did it
Went
compare?
to the Walmart again.
Yeah. How did it compare to the parking experience?
I'd say it's very similar because
Yeah.
the Chevy that I drove was the same length, which is about, they're calling it a 25er.
Okay.
So again, I don't really
It's
understand if that means
more.
it's 25 feet or not, or is it more?
25 feet plus the bumper
Yeah, I don't know.
or whatever. Yeah. All right. So, what else do you
Yeah,
want to say on the record about this experience?
I think.
What
Um,
surprised you? Anything else surprised you about it?
how comfortable the sofa was.
The sofa. Yeah, because the last time it didn't have the sofa you wanted. The other
No, and
one.
the other RV I drove, the other Class C, I don't think it had a sofa. I think it
Yeah,
had the dinette.
right.
And then I thought, what do I do when I'm home? I live on my sofa. I don't live at my kitchen table.
Yeah. I mean,
So
that's like sort of that's big on your list of having a comfortable place to sit that you could stretch
yes,
out on.
I mean, I was chilled out. I was like, this is actually more comfortable than my sofa at home.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because my sofas, I just haven't, they're not that comfortable. But anyway,
Wow.
so it's funny, like the weird things that can end up selling you on a car or an RV. I mean, it was the sofa.
And the comfort of driving down the road.
Right.
So, are you feeling like you're closer to making a final decision? Do you feel like you need to shop around a little
Yeah,
more?
I think I want to shop around because this was a used vehicle. It's only a year old, but it was consigned, which meant it was rented out.
Okay.
It had all kinds of nicks and like weird stains in places. The table, the dinette table seemed kind of loose and janky to me.
Hmm.
And I don't need a pristine thing. And the guy did say that they're going to like clean it thoroughly top to bottom. It's still not going to get rid of all the nicks that I saw on the wood. It's not going
Dings.
to get rid of, like, on the sofa itself, it looked like a cat had lived in there. Because you know how like cats do that thing,
Oh,
um, which I'm going to live in there with a cat. So part of me is like, she's going to make it worse. Do I really care?
yeah.
But I
I
don't
mean,
know.
if they knock off enough money for the price so that it's broken in by your cat, but you don't want to be
Yeah,
paying a certain rate and have a damaged sofa. You want to let your cat damage it.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is so funny. So this is the behind the scenes that I was telling you before we hit record that I would want to know. I would watch a video about your test drive, and maybe some other people will find this interesting as
Yeah,
well
yeah.
about your experience. So
I know. I'm
you're
trying to
gonna
think
do,
what else. I mean,
you're gonna do more test drives. You're gonna stick to Fords. Have you narrowed it down, Class A, Class B? I mean, Class B, Class C, or are
I'm
you
so
still
like, if you pressured me and said no, you have to make a decision right now, I'd go, okay, Class C, I'm going to do it.
okay?
But we had also, you and I had talked either yesterday or the day before,
Yeah.
and we kind of did a rough sketch of how much would it cost for the gas.
So this is the thing. This is a good thing to include because we actually did the math. One of them gets on the low end 10 miles a gallon. The other one on the low end gets 15 miles a gallon, which is, 50% more. And so percentage wise, that's a lot. But we did sort of what would it cost to drive 2,000 miles for each one, and it was only a couple of $100 difference.
Yeah, it just didn't seem to be that much of a difference when you
Yeah,
think about one vehicle's could cost you 30,000 more dollars than the other.
yeah. So
So
it's not like a deal breaker, and it's not enough money that it would be, you know,
yeah.
um, n- a common sense decision based on money.
If we did our math right, then no, it
If
really
we did our
didn't.
math right.
I thought that was like one of the big things that you have to
Yeah,
weigh is like, oh, you're going to save so much more money going with the Class B. And it's like, well, I don't know. It didn't seem like that big of a difference.
right. I mean, like I said, percentage wise, yes, but it's a couple of $100, and I think we based it on 2,000 miles, and then we
Yeah,
did the math again with a higher mileage just in case
right,
you go to California
right.
and not out west.
We
So,
did it for 6,000 miles, and it still came out to one of them was 1,200 and the other was 1,800.
yeah. So,
So, yeah,
and then we're assuming that the other mechanical costs are going to be relatively similar for each of them. Tires, repairs, oil changes.
So one thing I did learn today was that the Class C, at least the one I drove, has what they called dually tires. So it's
Okay.
two sets of tires on both sides in the back of the truck,
And what is
whereas
that?
Class B has just four tires total.
Oh, like okay, like a van versus
Yeah,
all
so
right.
this one has six tires total, so that is a little bit more of an expense.
And then you were telling me also last night that there's an issue with repairing anything internal. So there's mechanical repairs you can bring to any
Any,
garage
yeah,
because
that you can fit in.
it's a Ford or a Chevy, right?
Yeah,
So you can bring, which is great to know that you could go anywhere in the country to any garage that will, fit you in.
yeah.
When it comes to internal stuff, you need to go to an approved, what is it, repair person,
Yeah, it was a trickier
network.
scenario. The dealer was bragging to me that they are part of this sort of elite network of garages or dealerships where if something were to break, like let's say the fridge breaks, even though it's made by Winnebago, I couldn't just roll up into any Winnebago dealer
Right.
and expect them to fix it. I would have to be within their special network of
Right.
300 whatever countrywide.
It's like an HMO for Winnebagos.
Yeah, it was weird.
But that's important to know.
Yeah.
Whoever's looking at whatever vehicle to buy, that's something
And
that I have not seen talked about on any videos. It's like, where do you
no.
get your sump pump fixed? Where do you get
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
cabinet that falls off the hinge fixed?
Right.
Um,
I have seen a lot of people encouraging you to learn how to fix it on your own, bring your tools, do a YouTube search, etc. But if
that
it's a
takes time.
refrigerator, I'm not going to know what to do.
Yeah. And then, so this just popped into my head too, but now I lost it. What was I going to ask you? About repairs. Oh, darn. Oh, it's something, it'll come into my mind, but
Okay.
I had just had a question in the moment about something about the repairs. Anyway, I'll have to write it down if it pops into my
I
head.
had said something about like the videos people say, learn to fix it on your own.
Yeah. Huh.
I mean, I can see if like a cabinet comes off, yeah, I'm just gonna figure that out how to fix that. But if it's something larger, like a water system or
Okay, so this is my question.
a
Okay.
heating system,
Yeah, we might. So, yeah, I don't know if we're going to edit out that little part where I forgot. I just remembered what my question
okay,
was. So, you're buying a relatively new vehicle. You're not buying a brand new one, but a relatively new one. And I
right.
wonder about the warranty of these. Like the fact that he told you you have to go like in their network is struck me as odd. Why wouldn't there be like a warranty
Well,
for all the
there's
systems?
going to be a bunch of different kinds of warranties. I think there's going to be the warranty on the truck part, which is the Ford part, and then
Right.
there's going to be maybe several different warranties. I don't know how this dealership does it. Um, but when I had looked at a road track, he was explaining to me that he still had warranties out on the company that made the fridge, the company that did the range. So he was saying that you have all these extended warranties on these different things, and each one was separate.
So all the appliances, but
Yeah,
then you have, I mean, basically it's a house on wheels, so you have the plumbing, gray water tank, black water tank,
right.
heating and cooling, like
Yeah,
roof, right? So
the
like I would imagine
awning, the
the what?
awning, the
The
awning.
awning, yeah, and the mechanical stuff. So I
Yeah,
would imagine,
generator.
you want to make sure your roof isn't going to leak. You want to make sure, you
So he
know,
said so because well, whatever, the relationship I have with the sales guy, I've been very frank and open. I feel like he's a younger guy. I don't know. I felt like we had good rapport. So he explained to me the process. I said, okay, let's say I'm ready to buy this thing. What's next? He said, you'd give me $500 we could take it off our advertisements. Then we do our finance process if you want to finance. That would take about a day. And then you're free to go shop your finance rate around if you want. He said, and then you'd come in, we would take about 2 hours with you and go through and push every button, and I'd show you everything from A to Z on the RV until you felt comfortable, you knew how to operate everything. And it's also a time for you to check everything that we fixed, everything that could have potentially been wrong. Then we sit down and we discuss the warranties.
That
So I said,
sounds backwards.
oh, I said, so first you got to tire the person out,
Yeah.
and then you're going to talk money with them. And he went, yeah.
That's
So that I felt
odd.
like he had kind of revealed a little secret there.
But you saw behind the curtain because,
Yeah. Because I know me, I'll be exhausted after that 2-hour run through of
oh, totally.
trying to, he said you can videotape it, you can audio record it, like whatever you want to do, that's fine. But I was just like 2 hours of anything. I need a break after that. I'm gonna need to go like get a meal, have
I
a nap, and then come
know.
back.
And the warranties are really important, especially you're on the road
Yeah.
and
So
you
that's
want to
where
know.
this is
Wow.
what happens when you buy a car. You get to the point where you're kind of your adrenaline starts to fade. And that's when they sell you all these extra things like, oh, roadside assistance and this and that. And you're
Well,
like,
this is what
fine, whatever, great, add it on, okay.
I mean, this is like you and I off camera as well have been talking about when I've bought cars, I always walk away for a day to build that in because I don't want it to be an adrenaline fueled
Right.
decision. And they pull out the stops because they're interested in making a sale. And I don't want that to, I have done that before where I've been like, okay, I'll come back tomorrow. And they're tired too when I do that, right? But they don't,
Mm.
usually people don't do that. But to me, you could always walk away and come back.
Yeah. So
One more time.
what was good about in a way doing it on a Saturday at the end of the day was he's not going to sell this thing tomorrow.
Right.
So I have a built-in day anyway to think about it.
They're not open tomorrow on a Sunday.
No.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and you don't sound like you're raring to buy it anyway. Like you sound, you sound like you're in a mellow place. You don't sound hyped
I
up.
guess I feel like it feels like, interesting, Ford. Okay. It's like I need time to like wrap my brain around that and
Yeah.
switch over from Chevy. And then also the realization of, I really like that sofa. Okay. So now
Yep.
I know that's definitely something I want. It's like the list is narrowing in terms of what RVs are actually going to be ones in the running.
Yep. You have a short list now.
Yeah.
So maybe what's your short list before we sign off for today? For viewers that don't know.
A small Class C. So I would say 25 feet and under. A sofa. More than one sleeping area. A bathroom area that I feel comfortable that I could, have some privacy, maybe close a door or pull a curtain or something, and a way to sit on the toilet where my legs aren't like slammed up against a wall. A place for a kitty litter to hang out.
And a Ford, not a Chevy.
Yes.
And no Class B. That's off the list.
I'm feeling like I don't know if it's totally off, but now it's gone to second place.
That's an amazing list.
Yeah,
That's
because of the
clarity.
gas mileage, because we figured out that the
Yeah.
gas mileage is really not going to make or break the difference.
Hmm.
I think what makes or breaks the difference is the agility, if you will,
Yeah.
of the vehicle.
Parking and all that. But
Yeah.
you were saying on this test drive that it had a lot of get up and go. When you hit the gas, it
Yeah.
responded.
Yeah. But I mean, I got nervous every time I had to corner.
Yeah.
I got nervous every time I had to like merge onto a highway.
Yeah.
Um,
I get nervous in my car when I merge, and I'm
yeah,
driving a little sedan, so
yeah,
I don't know.
true.
So maybe this is it for now. This is our
Yep.
check-in and our wrap-up, and
And like you had said the other day, there are tons of Class Cs out there that I really don't need to feel pressured.
no.
Yes, this is the only one left on their lot in terms of the 2018s of this model, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
They had 3, the other 2 sold. but
It's a big country. There's lots of
yeah,
Class Cs.
right.
You don't need to panic ever.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.